What's up, everybody? ZoinkMeister Adam. Today I wanted to go over Mew in Pokemon Stadium. The footage you're seeing right now, it was recorded. This is overdub for another video that I made on our other new channel, ZoinkMeister Productions, or ZM Pro for short, where all that stuff is scripted. So this is all post facto. I wanted this to kind of serve as like a prologue for the next solo series I'm doing, which is Pokemon Stadium. It was recently re-released on Switch, part of the Nintendo Extended Pack. So I decided I'd play it, and you know, it's been a fun time so far. The reason I'm showing you this as the prologue / zero episode is because it is both how you are able to challenge Mew in the game, and also it's a monotonous quest. You have to get every single tournament win. So there's 4 different types of tournaments, 2 of which have 4 different tiers. Once you beat all of the Poké Cup and Prime Cups, and as well as the 2, I think they're called like Pika Cup and like, I don't know, Baby Cup, Baby's First Cup, I forget what they're called. But once you beat all those, the final challenger in the Prime Master Ball Cup will have a Mew along with some other strong monsters. So I had originally thought of a short for this, which is up on the other channel right now. If you need a link to it, it'll be in this one, or you can just go down to the main channel, featured channels, and then click on it. There's Mew and all of its beautiful glory. Then you could see what the short came out as. It's pretty nice. I like it. But moving forward, it was a hard, long, like heartfelt battle to get here, and I thought it wasn't really just worth the time recording all that and making a series out of that. So instead, I decided that the series for this game would be the very end of the actual stadium challenges, and then the gym leader tower. How I'm going to go about the gym leader tower, I do not know, because I believe it is several fights before you actually get to the gym leader. I want to say it's 4 fights per gym leader, and then the Elite 4. So it ends up being like, what, 8 gyms, 4, and then, what, the champion? So each of those times 4 matches. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The Elite 4 shouldn't have any pre-matches. So 16 for the gyms, and then those 4, so 20, and then the champion, 21 challenges. Which that doesn't seem too bad. I don't know if I'm going to, like, just maybe show the first bit of the fight and then skip forward to just the gym leader match. The thing I'm really trying to show off here is just the 3D modeling, because Pokemon hasn't been this good ever since. It's very strange. This is the only game that has this much. Oh, sorry, there's also Pokemon Stadium 2. So sorry, the Stadium series are like the only games that have like this much animation, and like the announcer is like super hype, and all of the attacks are like well flushed out. It's just like the dynamic camera angles that switch through are like the best of the series. It's just very strange that it's this far back being the best of the series, and I kind of want to show that off now that it can be played on the Switch. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and scale it up to 2K so it comes out nice and crispy. But for the most part, after this challenge, which is really long, Gym Leader Tower, once you complete both of those, all the stadiums and all the tower, you get one final mission, or one final battle. And then, unfortunately, after that, the whole game unlocks round 1 mode, or R-1 mode, or R1 mode, however way you want to say that. And the screen changes, and then you can play the entirety of the game over again on harder difficulty. And then that will unlock R2 mode. And then once you beat R2 mode, which is like all of the Pokemon have perfect stats and all of the teams are much more difficult, then I believe you get a whole whopping nothing, but I'm not quite sure. But I believe it's nothing. I believe the last third of the game is just the second half of the game, which is just the first half of the game again. So you basically have to play this game 3 times to get the 100%. I will not be doing that. I will just be doing a regular 100% completion instead of a 300% completion, and then basically giving my review of that. Because that is just crazy. That's a lot of artificial padding right there. I'd be fine if they allowed some like big noticeable, like, oh well, now you have the choice, every single Pokemon you click on has the choice to be shiny now. Like that would be super cool. Or, you know, if you could click a button and toggle alternative moves or set up your own, like that would be something well worth it, because in this game, all the Pokemon you use, you don't get to choose their moves. They're all pre-rental Pokemon, which is very difficult. The original game allowed you to import your Pokemon via N64 transfer pack, which made it much cooler, because then you could, of course, set it all up in the game. But this one, unfortunately, does not. So you're kind of stuck with whatever the moves are, which is very interesting because it makes some Pokemon very viable, some not viable. It's very crazy. Like, for instance, let's say you have Rhydon, right, which is very, very tanky, very huge health bar, very high attack, very high defense, but low like special offense and defense stuff. And it has, like, you know, rock and ground. They'll give that guy like Surf and Thunderbolt, so it's like, oh man, those are really strong moves. But unfortunately, I can't really take advantage of them because he's more regular attack instead of special attack. Also, there is a lot of things about this game which are very strange to modern Pokemon players. Like, for instance, there is no special attack and special defense. They are one single stat called special. In this game in particular, Wrap, Clamp, and Bind all just basically do a small amount of damage and don't allow anyone to move. Earthquake doesn't affect Dig in this game. Swift doesn't affect Fly or Dig in this game. There's no Pokebody effects. Like, there's no special effects. Like, you can hit any electric Pokemon, you'll never get paralyzed. Fissure, in order for Fissure or any of the one-hit KOs to be effective, the Pokemon who will be receiving the tail end of that big old explosion has to be slower than the one giving it. Just a lot of old school rules that are crazy. Psychic has only the weakness of Bug. There is no Dark, Ghost, or Fairy. Or sorry, Dark, Steel, or Fairy. What other differences do we have in this game? That's about it. I mean, a lot of the small things for every move are changed, like how much damage they do. A lot of stuff like that has changed. Oh, here I got the GB Dotrio, which is basically a Game Boy that allows you to play your imported Game Boy games at like triple speed or something like that. It allows you to play them like way faster, which would have been really helpful. But this is on the Switch, so there is no Game Boy support, of course, unfortunately. As you can see here, there's the Poke Cup, the Prime Cup, the Pika Cup, and I don't know, Beginner Cup. I can't remember what it's called. But each one of the two middles has the Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, and Master Ball tiers, respectively. And in order to get Mew, you have to beat all of these, and then the final challenge in the Master Ball Prime Cup, that trainer will have the Mew. So that basically serves as part 0. The rest of this game will be on the regularly scheduled, you know, like improv, like recorded on the spot. None of the rest should be post facto. So there's that. Thanks for watching the Prologue Part 0. I'll see you next time.